After all these months, we finally figure out who YKW is. And it's Spud of all people. Well, what I was thinking about earlier. There's 3 other YKWs from what I remember. One in a Vader mask, one in a makeshift turban with a sombrero, and one that just was scared enough to hide their face. And you. Of all people, Spud is one of the YKWs. Now, boys, apparently you're going to have to take your masks off anyway because Halloween's coming up, and as soon as that's over, you don't have to hide behind a mask. We know who you are. And I know who you are. So it doesn't really matter to me. After all this time, you finally figure out how to challenge me. How to do something. And, I applaud you because, to be honest, HCW has done some shit. But you guys took the bar even lower. To the fact of you bringing Mr. Sacco of all people. I don't even know why I'm doing this. But, I don't know. The British are insane sometimes. I don't know. All I know is it's insane that you want me at Starrcade. Well, that's the problem. Because from what I remember from BWA and HWRP, you can't be who you need to be. And you can't be someone like myself. You'd have to be someone like, I don't know, like Antonio Cesaro, like The Rock, like Brock Lesnar, like Paige, like Mickey James. Someone that's real. Well, I've been real for 8 years. And I've done some things in this career, and I've done some things in the past that I'm not afraid of, and I regret. But the point here is, you'd never let a guy like me in there anyway, so why challenge me to a match at Starrcade? Because the last time I remember, Spud, it was Super Brawl. And you had me as a lowly referee. And I don't recall if it was you in the match or not, but I recall that out of the 2 combatants in the match representing BWA and HWRP, I was the best one in the match, and I was fucking reffing. So, what that tells me is you're afraid of me. You've been afraid of me. The whole organization's been afraid of me for months. And honestly, I would accept your challenge. But the fact is, you won't let little old me there. Because, let's face it, the past 8 years, I would have dominated HWRP and BWA. I would have dominated them. Because from what I've seen and heard, it's not that hard to get rid of you guys. Especially Spud. And to be honest, there's so many people that I would like to beat some respect into. But the fact is, they wouldn't let me in anyway. So what's the point? And the fact is, you need me more than I need you. Because, to be honest, I would be the one to beat you. And I would be the one to go over there and be the first man in history to headline both BWA pay-per-views and HWRP pay-per-views. Doesn't matter if it's XWF, doesn't matter if it's CCW, doesn't matter if it's PWF, doesn't matter if it's any of the organizations in BWA or HWRP. Because the fact is, and honestly, I don't have the best voice right now, and I'm going to say something that you might even understand. And if I butcher the British accent, I apologize. Because, well, it's like if you put a big pile of horse manure and then put another pile of horse manure, you make a giant shit sandwich. Now, I don't know if you understood that at all, but you're British, so you know what the fuck to say, mate, okay? And that'd be a little Aussie, might be a little British, might be a little Scottish, I don't know. But the point of the fact is, you might be William Wallace, and you might be someone that might try to take away what I have made for the past 8 years. And honestly, I could make a very, very deeper Scottish accent because now it's kind of mix of India and a little bit of Scottish. Because the fact of the matter is, you're worthless. I don't need you. Now, with that being said, Spud, if you were to accept these things, I'd be more than happy to. Because I would beat the living Wait a minute. No. I can't do that. Because you see, I have someone in my life that I promised I wouldn't even go back or even consider thinking about that. And every day I think about it, every day you do a challenge like this, it makes me worried. It makes me worried because I don't want to break that promise. And this little angel of mine is something that's part of that promise. Because for months now, I have been home. I have been somewhere where I love, and with someone I love. And I promised them I would never come back to this shitty organization, as well as HCW, HWRP, BWA, or any place, because quite frankly, if it wasn't for the mute, you wouldn't still be here. And if it wasn't for the mute, you'd go to HCW, you'd make a fucking retro federation just like they did. And the funny thing is, you are like them. You feed off of me. You want to become great. But the fact is, for 8 years, I have been great. And sure, I probably will never win a world title in HWRP, in BWA, or any place like that. But maybe that's what the cards had all along. Maybe that's what you needed. And every time you try to come back, you're right. You are kind of like me. You come back, you leave, you come back, you leave. But what you need to realize is this place is a drug. And you need to realize that to beat this addiction, you might need to leave. Trust me, I know. It's hard. I know that. But the fact of the matter is, you need to find that place. You need to do a little soul searching. And honestly, I know there's more than one YKW out there. Because much like some British shows like Sex, Scandals, and Suspicious Parents, you need help, much like those kids do. Much like Liam does in January when that place airs. Not when that place, but the show of the place of the time and the hip and the hop and the hippity hop, all that bullshit will come into place and all the stars will align, and once and for all, you will learn that you do not need me. Because quite frankly, you need me more than I need you. And my friend, you are not even worth my time. So at Starrcade, you're going to have to find someone else. Because quite frankly, it would be easy to dominate you. But I'm not going to. Because much like these elections, I don't care. I really don't. But the fact of the matter is, you need to realize that. You need to figure out why you're still here. And why you're still listening to me. Because apparently I'm the voice of reason. But you know what? I don't mind it. Because at the end of the day, I know where my heart lies. Hopefully you'll find yours. Good luck. I really think you need it.